Welcome to the interview of the Outler family and Williams family.
You be over here too.
On September the 3rd, 2021. The family historian is Bernice Outler.
Yes.
And she is with us here today to talk about the family history. They are longtime residents of Garfield Heights. Accompanying her is her best friend, Dora Houston, and they will tell us stories about Garfield Heights. Tell us when your family moved to Garfield Heights and where exactly you moved.
Our family moved to Garfield Heights in 1946.
Well, I wasn't born, sister, so I don't know.
Yes, 1946. I attended Roosevelt Elementary School with my neighbor and friend here, Dora, and we had a wonderful time. At that time, very few African American families that went to Garfield High School, so it was quite interesting and quite a privilege. Anything you want to think?
I'm trying to think when we moved here. It had to be in the 40s, like 43, 44, somewhere in there. And
During the war.
because what had happened is my family,
To speak up.
my family come from Arkansas.
Oh, and our mother did too.
They moved to Arkansas, and my two brothers were born. Then they went back to Arkansas, and me and my sister was born. And then they come back here to Ohio, and the rest of them was born, which was 3 more, because it was 7 of us. And so I couldn't start school at the regular time because my birthday was in January.
Yeah, just look at the camera.
My birthday was in January, so I had to start a year later. And so, but back then, Cleveland had A and B. And if I had just switched over to Cleveland, which we could have, I could have started school on time.
And
but
now the same happened to me, that they put me ahead because I was born January 31st. So they skipped me a grade ahead.
Cleveland or Garfield?
Garfield, I didn't, yeah.
Well, how come they couldn't do me like that?
See, you have to hang in there, honey. You have to know the right people.
Okay, because I was born January 12th. And so, then, I went to school up until 1959. Dropped out of school, but I finished at John Hay. My sister graduated in 1960.
And speaking of our younger one,
Could you
my
speak up?
sister Darlene, she also went to Garfield and she graduated along with my children. Darlene, you want to have something to say?
Well, sure. Living in Garfield for us was just so wonderful. I remember my parents telling us the story that they started out in the projects. Our mom came from Arkansas, Dad came from Georgia, and my father would always say, I did not want my children putting their feet on concrete, meaning he wanted the land.
I'm going to change that recent here.
Just like when,
The one where you left off.
Okay, he's not ready to start again.
Okay, Darlene.
Okay.
So you can.
Could you repeat all that?
Sure. I'm Darlene Outler, and I graduated in '72. I remember my parents telling
You
me.
don't have to start all the time. Okay, I'm sorry.
Where should I start from then?
Wherever you left off.
Well, that's kind of what
Wherever
I was
that
saying
was.
when I
We're
left
talking
off.
about Cranwood.
I wasn't. I don't know anything about Cranwood.
Y'all were talking about, she asked was there farming and stuff, that was.
No, when you
But you want to pick up their.
no, when you say your father.
Yeah, I was trying to tell that part of why he wanted to come to Garfield.
The only farming that we had it was so nice because it was just enough to know that there was a way to make a living without overworking. But we had chickens, we had a big garden, huge garden, strawberries on both sides of the yard,
Grapes on both sides.
grapes.
Every fruit.
We
Pears.
had pears, apples,
Plums.
cherries,
Did you have
nuts.
nuts?
We had nuts. We had the peach tree didn't.
It didn't last too
Last,
long.
yeah.
But we had plums also, two
Yeah,
plum
two
trees
plum
in the
trees.
front and one in the back.
Yeah.
And then oddly enough, from Daddy throwing the seeds from the melon where they used to burn trash because you were allowed to burn trash in your yard at that time, we got a wonderful melon patch for
Yeah.
a few years.
Yeah.
That was so cute.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you could just eat and enjoy yourself all day long. And if you didn't have it, your neighbors had it. So if we wanted to go to the show and make a little money, we would pick apples or plums or whatever.
Blackberries,
We had blackberries, right, those blackberries.
Cranberries.
Oh.
How about cranberries?
No,
We didn't
we didn't have those.
No?
Mm-mm.
Because
They had mulberries.
Huh.
Berries.
But I remember my brother would take a chair and sit it right in the side garden and just pull tomatoes off the vine
Oh,
and just
yeah.
eat them right from there.
And
He
we
loved
would
that.
keep salt shakers in the trees for our apples and our tomatoes. You didn't have to go in the house. In fact, you better not keep going in and out slamming my mother's door.
Those apples were the best apples to this day that I ever had in my life. They would grow this big and they were just yellow as can be. But our mom made apple pie, apple sauce, apple butter, and she would can from the garden, the beans and the carrots, all this stuff. We had fresh all year long.
Yes, indeed.
And
Those are
sometimes
the
they would say if we had a cow, we would never have to go to the store. That's how good we had it there. It was
And
lovely.
my father had a 32A model Ford until
Yeah, he bought new.
1955. Yeah, and we rode in it. We were so happy to be in it when children was laughing at us and pointing. I was riding like the prince.
And he pushed that horn. Oh, God. They would come out, Mr. George, Mr. George. But what was really cute, like I said, he told me that he always wanted his children to be able to put their feet on the grass. He said in the project, that's a cement world. He said, I wanted my children. So, that was unheard of probably for somebody to buy property in those years because the Depression had taken place and different things like that. So just ingenious. They were smart people and just really kind people, and there was so much love and things there at that house. Good cooking, good fun. We had so many great activities and things, but the house never had good bones, so they were constantly doing something all the time to it,
And at dinner time, you could hear my father's car coming up the hill.
Oh, he never
You better
missed that.
get in
He was
there,
like
wash your
clockwork.
hands, and sit down at the table. My brother sat across from me. I sat here. My mother sat to my left. My father and we had our blessing, and then we ate. It wasn't just running around with food in your hand and all outside and nonsense. It was structured. My mother did not work ever. And
Neither did my
father-
grandmother. They made sure that their women stayed home. And they
That's
liked
it. And
staying
they
home.
brought their check home and gave it to her, and she ran the house. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Very
We
nice.
were never by ourselves. Once I came along, my mom did have to go to the hospital once, and that was the first time I had been given a key. But as soon as I got home, probably within 10 minutes, my brother would come and pick me up because they were in high school by the time I was born. So there's a little bit of a gap in there, but still in all, we had great memories. Now this is my niece Rhonda. This is Bernice's other daughter.
Come in, Rhonda.
And she's
Come
a
in.
veteran.
You'll have to stand, we ran out of chairs.
Oh, you want to sit here with me, honey?
No, I just wanted to see where,
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
some of
honey.
the yearbooks.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Oh,
Now, these
okay.
are some of the yearbooks from Roosevelt Elementary, which is where we all went to school there, right?
And this is mine
Oh.
from did you see this down there?
I have never seen your yearbook. I
This is
have
our
read
yearbook
these,
from 1952, where I graduated.
and my brother graduated in '56. because I was only 2, and then, like I said, I graduated in 70. There's been outlers in the Garfield school system since the 40s,
And
right on
Williams.
up.
Yeah.
Right on up. Yeah.
Williams and Watson.
Right.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Anthony.
Right.
Yeah, some of us are descendants
Oakland.
too, with the Creightons, the Wagners, the Prelows, it goes on and on, but, yeah.
Well, how many generations?
That's a lot of days. What, about 5 sisters, 6?
Six, yeah, we did.
I would think about 6 generations
I know it.
from our family.
Mom and Daddy.
Okay, now you have to go back to the Joneses, remember?
The
The
Jones.
Joneses, you don't remember that?
I remember them, but,
They're not related to us.
She
No,
got,
they're not
she
related.
has how many generations from
Oh, I
each
got
of
you.
us.
Oh, I see,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, 'cause my parents,
We have how many?
me,
I thought you said about
my children,
Bernie's would
grandchildren,
Look, Randy would be 1.
and great-great. See, I got great-great,
They didn't
children.
go to school there.
Right.
Oh, so Mom and Dad would be.
So it was five generations.
Bernie,
Five
you
generations.
all would be 2. Okay, right.
Then you.
And then all your children, that would be 3. And my children and Randy's children. So that's 3 generations.
No, then you've got Mia.
That's the 4th generation.
Oh,
The me is part is
but
from
you've got
her.
Bianca, so you've got Jay.
Did he
Oh,
go?
but I think Mia, Josh, and that's all 1 generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's at least 5 generations.
That's just like, yeah.
I would say at least 5 generations.
You too?
Yeah. I know I
Would
got
you like to
five.
get in the picture? 'Cause
I would
you-
love for her to.
I'm over here because I didn't want to be on
You look
camera.
so pretty.
Come on, no, behind me. Yeah.
We don't have another chair.
Here's a stool over there.
No. Go sit on the
They
stool.
definitely don't sit on there.
No, that's.
Oh, might be weak.
No, Mom.
No,
No, I was just moving.
So if I got 5 generations now, so that means 6, right?
Okay. That's what we
Cause see,
said.
I
There's
got,
a veteran
Great
too.
grand.
I got my children, grandchildren, great-grand, and great-great.
Oh, okay.
Sister, you have grandchildren. Well, you have children. The first is you. At first, no, it's Mom and Dad, it's
Yes.
you. Then you have grandchildren, and then you have
I have great.
grandchildren, and great to us.
I don't
That's
have, I
good.
have great too.
I thought you just said you had great.
Yeah, I think great.
Yeah, you do. Actually, great, because Jay has a child, that's it.
Okay, so see there, Mackenzie.
But they were asking about who's going to, or we're going to Garfield, still living or going to Garfield.
Oh, at this time, we don't have any in Garfield now.
Yeah.
Me,
Finally, we don't.
finally,
Yeah.
no more.
Finally,
Finally,
Yeah.
we don't, because honestly, it's
that's
just
what I'm saying,
every,
living
see-
on Garfield.
What
But
had
it's not
happened,
over until it's over.
But she does because Jackie's daughter went to Garfield.
Who?
no,
No?
no, what had happened is that I adopted 4 children.
Oh,
And
that's
the
right.
last adopted one.
I don't think I can fit 4 people in there.
In
Okay, that's
2000,
okay, I'll put her kind of behind.
last year. So I'm finished.
Okay, you want to move this way and let her.
Let me gather up all my stuff.
this is so interesting because
Yes, look at
we know very little up here in this end of Garfield about your end of Garfield. To me, that's all, but then again, I was not born here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I came in 1961.
Okay.
But my husband, Donald Crosby, was principal here.
Oh, really?
What was his grade teacher?
What year?
At what school?
At Garfield Park, he was 6th grade teacher,
Okay.
and then he became principal of Maple Leaf School.
Oh, well, see, none of us
Yeah, we went to
Maple Leaf.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Because Maple Leaf was just like, out of body, I call it. Because it seemed like none of the Garfield children went to Maple Leaf.
But they
They
did.
went for a while, and then Garfield leased that out to another school.
She knows more than I do because see, I never went, I never
know
went
anything
there.
about that.
Yeah, but it wasn't part of, like they said, the Garfield, school system.
Oh, look, okay.
Maple Leaf was,
Darlene,
Crownwood was not.
Darlene.
No,
Maple Leaf was in front of the.
no, this was way before your time.
Okay, because you know Maple Leaf is in front of the
I know.
high school, the
Yes.
the high school.
We
Yeah.
went, some of the Garfield children went there, and then they decided not to let, the Garfield children go. And they leased it out to, I don't know what school, I don't know if it was a Catholic school or what.
I went
But-
straight to Garfield.
Yeah, I went to
High school.
Garfield,
I
right
don't
from
know how to
elementary to Garfield Junior High, then Garfield
You
Senior
said
High.
you went to, you went somewhere else other than
Because he was
Garfield.
principal at
Yeah,
Maple.
I dropped out in, 59. Went to John Hay, finished there, night school.
Oh, okay, okay.
That was my last year.
I found out, this is the yearbook that we had from Roosevelt, 1952. And we thought that was so cute. The person that did this, his name was Larry. He was quite, I thought was going to be on TV and Mississippi Classic with him. I thought sure he was going to be on TV because he was quite glib, and he wrote a very nice summary of what we did at Garfield. I can't believe. But this.
Oh, you got it taped, no wonder.
Yeah, I was trying to get the tape over. But that that little yearbook, thank you, honey. That little yearbook was done up so well, and he made sure that he included everyone in it. And in there, he had said that I would probably be, I couldn't make it to this reunion because I was in Paris singing, because I used to sing all the time. So this is it, and I put it in that case so that I would not, this one's on my children's artistry. But this,
Oh, okay. She got pictures?
yeah, here's some pictures of Darlene. Here's some pictures of our class. Yeah, this is how small our class was. If you see, yeah, there's
Is that the high school or
This
the?
is Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, elementary.
Yeah, we had, then he wrote up, like a little story about us and all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then here's some more pictures of the girls. Mhm. And here are the girls.
And what year do you?
1952.
1952. This is 1952. And he wrote a little summary of everything and told where everyone was, because this was supposed to be a reunion. And on the end, this is all of us together here.
That's your
Maybe
family?
get some more.
No,
those
this
are the
is
students
Roosevelt
at-
School.
It was all about Roosevelt
Yeah.
Right.
School.
And
Maybe
then,
get some more copies of that.
okay, and then he, in the end, he said that I probably wouldn't be there because I was out of the country on a singing tour. So he just made it up, yeah, after the,
So your profession was you worked on 3WE radio.
radio, that was my last, I was talk show host.
See, this would be the principal at the time.
Right.
Let me see.
You remember
These
Mr.
are.
Mr. O'Connor, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Mr. O'Connor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here I am in gym class.
Oh, that's so nice.
I remember those gym uniforms.
Me too. Mine always
Mine was
looked
blue.
so on me.
What color was yours?
We had them ugly then.
I was
Yours
yelling,
was white.
big old baggy.
White.
Mine was white. I had to have the white jumpsuit.
Oh, I was blue, wasn't I?
Did you have the blue
Yeah.
jumpsuits?
She said that she
They
had
were
ugly. She had blue whatever. I
We
was
even had some with the
By the time
elastic.
In the
with
leg.
the lady was able to have white by the time I got to junior high school.
You are,
Able to have white.
they're over there having their own little thing.
And you go right here to Turn Town or wherever and get and buy that
I
jumpsuit.
remember when she was
Mhm.
born.
That's wonderful. Yeah, you know, what was
How was
really
the gym
sweet,
teacher?
Okay.
Go ahead.
you know Mrs. Passalacqua that
Yes.
on the corner?
Yes.
Well, I saw an ambulance over there, and this was while I was taking care of Mom, so I ran out to see what was going on, and she reached up and touched my face. She says, "You're the baby." She said, "We all remember when you were born."
Oh, yeah.
And those were her
They
last
announced it
words.
in school.
Yeah, that's what I was
They announced
just
when my
telling.
sister was born over
Yeah,
the 8th.
they let them come home early because I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those were her last, her daughter told me those were her last words.
And even at the shopping center, they all celebrated that she was born and got a bassinet and all
Oh,
kind of
how
gifts and stuff.
wonderful.
Yeah,
How
yeah. That was a historical event.
That's wonderful.
Somebody did, I don't know whose neighbor.
So do you have any other relatives that live here, aunts, uncles, grandparents?
We're always
Well-
just the kids. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, my uncle, the house that I stay in now, they're the ones that built that house. That was back in the 40s. But we used to stay in a little house. It didn't have no
Floor?
no
Lot of
floor.
love, though.
It was just built
I mean,
there.
her mom and dad.
And then we moved in that house in 58. The house that we have now, 58. So, you know, it was 7 of us. And we had, how many rooms was in that house? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rooms. 1 bathroom with 7 children. And then every time I had, my father had brothers or sisters that come to Ohio, they would stay there. We have one half and they have the other half. Can you imagine about 11 people in one house with 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen?
But they were all quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Their mother and father was quiet, and I don't even know if I ever heard your father say hello. But now her mom was just a sweet family, all of them, and quiet, and you just you think like she said with all those
Well, your
children.
mother was quiet too.
Really?
Not to us.
But she was stern, you know.
Yeah,
When
she could give you the look. She could just
when you
give us
come
a
over
look.
to play, she'd come over there. She said, she'll come and she'll look, and then she'll go and do what she had to do. But she would check on us periodically, you know.
And you knew what to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, she could give you the look.
So,
Yeah.
She's a tiny little lady, but she was in control, that's for sure.
Yeah. Remember those days
Yeah.
when we
Those
used to
were
go
good days.
blackberry picking
Oh, yes.
and strawberry picking,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that stuff was out here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, where you can go and
just
and then take them home. Mama would make us a blackberry pie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you talking about delicious.
Mm-hmm. Blueberry.
And then with the strawberries, she would always slice them up and put sugar over it for ice cream or cake.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do that even now. And
Yeah.
what was really great was myself and my nieces, Mom would always say, go out and pick your apples if you want a pie. And so we would use our skirts or our aprons to fill up for the apples. And I used to love doing that.
That was the day.
We had every
Yeah.
fruit tree you could think of.
I know.
We had peaches. You probably don't,
Everything.
you planted those later.
Even
We had
our nut
plums,
tree.
we had
Apples.
green
I'm
grapes,
trying to think what kind of
raspberries,
nuts those
pears.
were.
What do you call those nuts?
Hickory nuts.
Pecans.
We had hickory nuts.
No, they were hickory
We
nuts.
had
We still have
pecans
hickory
too,
nuts.
right?
Do you have
No, we
black
didn't have
walnuts?
pecan.
What is that tree
No.
in the middle of the driveway? That's a pecan tree.
No.
It's hickory nut.
No, that's a hickory nut.
Hickory nut.
That's why he would get the branch.
Bark off of it, put it in with the
Barbecue.
Okay, we
I
had
still
that.
go, I still stop at the yard and pull some off, whatever, so I put in my grill and have
Oh.
that hickory off the tree.
We had chickens in the yard.
We had
Rabbits,
Chickens
don't
and
we?
rabbits.
Rabbits. Then my
Well, we had
infamous
chickens
duck.
and ducks.
Yeah.
We had one duck, and my grandmother came and got my duck and ate
I
it.
believe
My
that.
mama used to
That duck saved me
make
from being punished.
cakes with them
Because
big
somebody-
eggs. I didn't like
Little duck
them.
eggs?
Yeah,
Oh.
them eggs was this big,
Uh-huh.
and when you open them, the yolk is real yellow.
And you didn't like it?
Oh,
Did anybody bring a picture
No.
of Grandpa's
No, I did not
wow.
like that big.
I think I have one.
It was in the plain dealer
Well,
a
tell
lot.
us about
What?
your career, Bernice.
Well, it was really by accident. I always talked a lot. But I had been ill because I worked in the medical field, opening up different doctors' offices and supplying them with their whatever product they needed or doing the employment for them. I got sick and I stopped working for the doctors, and I got this call from an employment agency about 3WE radio. And I went there really to be a receptionist. And hearing my voice, they would have me do the commercials. So I did a lot of commercials for them, and a spot opened up where someone got a better position up in New York or somewhere, and I said, all righty. So they asked me,
okay too.
yeah, and they asked me, did I want to do the show? And I said, sure. I tapped that mic, and boy, we went on, and after a while, people were asking could they be on the show, and I would interview them, and it would be funny because talking to me over the phone, I think they thought I was something else, and this was an all-white station, and when they would come, it would be like, I come out and I greet them and everything, and then they would say, we're here for an interview, and I said, yes, come this way, and I'd take them into the booth and sit them down, and they're still looking for Miss McCrease, and it's me. And we, at the station, they knew what I was doing, so they would wait to see the reaction of,
Right.
you know, oh, it would be so much fun to see them still walking out saying, was that her? Was that her? All right, bye. But I won Female Broadcaster of the Year, and that was a special event for me, and being on this, being interviewed by you all, this is really a blessing, and with my old friend, my sister, my daughters are here, this is really a blessing, and I'm 80 years old now, so I tell
And
you.
she has always been a dresser. She wore her furs.
I did. Still do.
And wait a minute, we gotta tell them that you married the Creighton sausage
Oh, no,
people.
don't tell
And
them.
even as I grew up where he was riding around or whatever in that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, but hey, we had a wonderful childhood growing up. Growing up in Garfield was it really helped prepare you for being with all different types of people.
Yes, it
Because
did.
because had we been
Our
maybe
neighborhood
in
had
a
Italian, Slovenian,
Yeah.
We had all of that.
all of that, you know, and we all
Got
merged
along.
together. When they would smell the fish on the barbecue grill, you know, the tartar beanies would come over and bring
Yeah.
sausage, or, you know, everybody would just share, you know, pierogies from the Pasalacas, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, George, what do you have going on
Yeah.
over there, you know, and it was
Okay.
just
And you know what
beautiful.
was funny though, around Thanksgiving, when they would have us taste the wine to see who had the better wine, we never could figure it out. Yeah, give us a little,
lot of
another
samples.
little shot.
Yeah, our father had the press, and I mean, he would really squeeze that thing to get those, it reminds me of that Lucy episode where she was standing on it, but he had a press, and
He had a
we
big
had,
barrel.
Yes.
With a
Yeah.
fire, a flame under it, and he'd have
Yeah.
to pick all of those grapes so that he'd say, okay, well, just give us a little bit to your mom, because she's gonna make jelly. But all of these are mine, so.
yeah, but as little kids, we
Wait a minute,
enjoyed having a little, just a little tiny
Mr.
sip of the
Carter
wine.
Beanie, was he the one that went around selling chicken?
They had a sausage company.
Right.
Was that them?
Okay.
Now, my niece just told me that she has some historical facts of things that haven't been told properly with regards to the first, what, honey?
First black council person for Garfield Heights, the first black building inspector, the first, and might be, well.
You know who David Range is?
Of course, that's our neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course, he was the wrestling
He
champion.
lives in Vegas now, but he came up here for some surgery this summer.
Yes.
He spent some time in there, but he's an absolute
Now, where was this
fascinating
show?
person. that
Well,
talks
you know,
Well-
he was our state wrestling
Yeah.
champion for years.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to school with
Okay.
his brother Doug and his brother
Because I
Benji.
didn't know if I could
And,
get a copy of it.
he got a chance to be,
Black guy that was a
he got the
wrestler.
chance to actually come into school because there were no black teachers. So he got a chance to.
He was the
He had a chance to come in while I was in school, just for a little while, to temp for somebody.
Yeah, they
And then
stay
he
right
went
down the
back to
street from
Columbus,
us.
and then, recently, they honored him because, he actually, but that was, like
He
I
won a
said,
silver medal in the Pan Am Games.
isn't that crazy?
National,
Yes.
whatever.
And then,
I have to tell you
do you
this.
remember, Hetty,
Secretary for
I
Girls'
page in there for
I don't know,
significant people who
she's
got
around,
people.
all that.
Yeah, but it has to
Anyway,
be
she had
accurate.
a
Some people
son.
are guessing,
I don't know if
And
he
then-
was
history has to be accurate. A lot of
autism
people
or
are
what.
guessing or
But he
going
finished
off
school
what
at Garfield.
somebody may
And
have
he
told them
recently
that they're
died.
not.
There's a lot of that.
Right.
Sometimes-
But I
The
mean,
only son she had.
some things can just be simply
Now,
fact
they-
checked.
they-
You can, remember Roy and Roy,
What the city, who
What's
the
his last
city
name?
was named after, or whatever.
Roy
Some people say
Anderson.
it's the
Do
president.
you remember
Well, if
any
you got paychecks that's on the payroll, you'll know if it's a black secretary or not.
Nobody
But
knows for sure.
those are factual. Those
I remember
are.
CEOs down at the bottom of the boulevard
They were
that
young.
originally was
Okay.
built
But,
somewhere around
Never,
the
we're talking about the house.
Right by Darius
Right.
Corner.
No, and you know what?
And we're not sure of the year, we're not sure of the
It was
date.
1800s.
They had, the
Okay.
family
You
had the
might have
house
thought
for
Hetty was
up to
old.
about
Oh,
1940 or
okay.
something.
She
Wow.
read
And I bought it.
Okay.
We don't have two
But
vehicles
you never got to
associated.
see them that much.
You
But
know,
exactly
they did.
who, when, and where.
We're gonna do our.
Okay, we'll come up with some
Still
more
don't
facts,
see
but I
Hetty,
will
she
tell
stay
you
up
this,
with
and
it.
you're gonna crack up
I
about
hardly
this.
ever see.
Years ago, when I
And
was
then
in
her
junior
son
high
died.
school, we had a tornado in Garfield. Did you know that?
Somebody.
Yeah, remember tornado, you should remember.
We had a
tornado
tornado in
came through.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Oh, my
She was
gosh.
a baby, and you weren't born, and
No.
Gina was a baby.
Yeah, we
and
were
the
younger
front of
playing
our
on
house
the
was
sun
glass.
porch or whatever.
Yeah.
All the
Years
glass
ago.
flew out, but we were at a
Broke
junior high
houses
game.
and took them
Well,
and
the
put
Rangers
them
were
over
with
the
us,
fields
and when
stuff.
we came back
Right.
home, their garage had blown
Had
into
blown.
our yard.
Yeah, I remember horrible.
Yeah, it's about,
It was horrible.
they live 5 houses down across
Across
the
the
street.
street from
Close
us.
close to
Well,
Ohio.
that's a tornado.
What are the new houses? You know, those,
Definitely a
3
tornado.
or 4 new
But,
houses.
but
They're close to the
Darlene,
highway.
don't you remember that, they picked up, oh, I can't think of
Betty
the
and
name.
Burl's
Yes,
old
their
house.
And
But
the
that
whole
is
house
right from
was-
72 streets over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
And
were
neither
with us
one of them
too.
got hurt.
If you
I
have
think they.
That was the house
they
on, the
got-
house was on Beach Road.
Yeah, picked it up and set
a
it.
short
Two
story.
streets over.
remember the
Memories of
Moors?
Garfield Heights rolling up.
They lived,
They lived on Osborne, across the street from Osborne.
These are the more that stay down.
It's just like a
You know what?
Sure.
Memories, new houses.
Oh, I got some great
And
memories.
they,
We're right now.
not too far from Council Lodge.
That's what I said, that's what I said, they stayed across the street, down the street or whatever, a few doors. They stayed next to where the Rangers
Right,
lived.
and that was, I call that the little, the last name was Moore.
I didn't know, I didn't know.
He went to Garfield.
But yeah, the Morris did, cause then we went to school with Gina, that was the youngest so
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I remember the, I did see,
They
they
used to
put
have
it
Garfield
on,
sites on
on
the
Facebook or
internet.
whatever, shows
Garfield
him,
sites on the internet. So they
and
have a lot
that
of
he had given an
information.
interview and stuff like that.
We have
So I did see a picture of
We
him
have the
up
website.
here a week
Who
or
is
two
that?
ago.
Yes.
Mr. Range.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came
mhm.
here.
Yeah, but see, he had younger brothers that actually went to school with Darlene and then Cody and Darlene.
You have the website.
Have you ever seen or heard
Okay.
anything about it?
I would
Yeah,
definitely.
I added a page in there for trying to get people that were significant in the city or they.
No. We played cards with,
Aside from the city became
Dave.
something or whatever.
You know, a bunch of us, we played, bid,
Mm-hmm.
get together and play that, and then,
That's just starting the thing.
That's nice.
I went to their,
That's really nice.
was it the
We just
50th?
appreciate,
Whatever,
you doing this
reunion they
because,
had,
you know
when they
how it's
graduated
University
from
you do
school.
it.
well, thank
Cause
you.
I went,
last year we
Indiana
tried to-
place, and
tried to-
Indiana died that year.
Okay.
So,
From the black history.
Yeah, well, that's what my brother and I came here to talk about, and the person at the time said,
We
we don't
realize
want to
that
have
it's
any.
a big part of the city. It's one facet of so many parts of the city.
Exactly.
But everybody look this way, and I'm gonna take your
Darlene.
Like
picture.
Beverly.
Okay.
Or I tried for.
Oh, I wanna take your picture too.
She gonna stand behind me.
And then you all have to identify yourselves.
You move over and she gonna stand behind you.
You want me to stand up?
Now, if you have anything for anybody that has written any type of history,
No, we were just talking about that because, he just told us about that. I have many things I can write
I
about.
think about it, I'll show you some of the pamphlets, you get an idea what's what, it goes back from the beginning to
all right,
forever.
ready,
Okay,
Can you see it
Garfield.
all?
go.
Whiskey.
Here. Okay.
I'm bringing some good whiskey from,
Better than
Kentucky,
cheese.
where my daughter goes to school.
Oh, she's still there?
She just
How long she gonna be
These are
there?
yours, Auntie, huh?
I know, but I want you to keep them because I'm in, or my sister, you know, because I.
The one
Storage.
One of the Glover's, sons that was up there, and he graduated already, he's back here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he must have graduated last year there because when she and I were talking, they were talking about trying to, where they could be able to come back and forth.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
The baby
Now, we're
Christine,
having a meeting
yeah.
next week.
Cause
I went to school with Mary, I went to school with Mary all the time.
Okay, did you hear that? Miss Williams, she said they're having a meeting next
He was trying to rid the world of
Saturday.
Oh, really?
it's in the third
No, he was
Saturday
trying to
of the
do it all
month.
himself.
Oh,
Exactly.
For what?
What time?
They meet here, you know, the historical society.
Oh, okay, 10 o'clock, and what are you guys gonna do? Look, who's the driver?
You're welcome to come, because we want you to meet the other people there.
That would be so great. Sister, do you think you'll try to come to that?
My car is down, so it just depends. I'm on one car right now.
Oh, Gilbert's been to a couple.
But the issue is not yet. Pretty nice area.
She's,
I like the high school.
There.
We were.
Really?
Like, we didn't,
the mother's girl.
Right. We all, they were in Shaker Heights at the time we were there.
I got
So,
you.
yeah, so we just thought,
Okay.
We had collard greens.
My dad, I was getting a shotgun and watch it.
we could make sure some of the old
My grandpa's getting
people.
shotgun and shooting cars.
You wanna know what? I used to go to the PTA meetings and all this and that, and some of the council meetings, and,
If you remember.
the Garfield Heights treasurer of the school,
Yeah.
Yes.
he would come to, some of the PTA meetings, and so, we got to know each other. And then I had a daughter that, went through the,
They're all over everywhere around. I was
you
working
call
out in Backyard when you come
to get her, GED,
Ain't nothing wrong here.
at Roosevelt, and they had a graduation class for her, and he was there.
Where are they going? I
He said,
have no clue. There's no water.
having things changed.
Oh, my goodness.
So, see, we didn't tell you the other parts of, what we used to go through.
No, we couldn't walk over here on turn. No, let me say this, now only you all couldn't.
No.
By the time I came out in '77, we still couldn't. And we got chased home or whatever, if you turned around or whatever, and missed that bus or had detention.
Right.
You got chased home, you got chased through the woods.
I never had that problem.
And I was.
Because you never had a detention.
That's true.
You never had a detention.
But I will tell you this.
I never had that problem.
Listen to this, sister. Listen to this. When I was in high
Someone's got some
school,
pretty weird looking lots of.
something happened to the driver's ed teacher.
Yeah, we move them.
They hired a guy. This was the first time that anybody did something that was negative to me out of all the years of being in Garfield. He would stand in the front of the class and say this, "Hey,
She must have,
everybody."
right, she must have been hiding something.
Listen to this. "Hey, everybody, if it's nighttime and Judy was walking down the street or Darlene was walking down the street, who would it be difficult to see?" Now, this is what was
Oh,
really
wow.
sweet. This is what was, now, he wasn't from Garfield, but this is what was really sweet. Nobody in the class would answer. And I'll be honest with you, it took a couple of times of him doing this for me to even understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
Nobody raised their hand, nobody ever answered, and he would make a joke about that almost every day. Well, do you know he ended up stealing our money that we had given for the, and they had to put out a warrant for him. A teacher named Mr. Mazzoni that was in our school, he came and finished the class, but he said, "Darlene, I heard what he was doing," and he said, "I'm so sorry." But now one student in that class would raise their hand or try to instigate him. They never treated him.
Well, let me tell you what happened. The first that I knew of anybody being prejudiced, because we were very close over at Roosevelt.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
Roosevelt was by the time I got to junior high school, I had so many racist teachers, so many racist students that I used to cry that I would have to go to school.
It was terrible.
It was horrible.
I just want to finish what I was saying.
Okay, times.
I was finishing what I was saying.
He was talking to me.
I was trying to tell it to everybody, though.
Yeah, we don't know. How about that?
Let me hear what my sister has to say.
Now.
We're 80.
Yeah.
So,
You need to hurry
we
up.
have to hurry up and,
Excuse me,
you know.
but before she tells this long story, do you have a restroom?
Right through there.
Thank you.
By the way, this is a historical house, so it's actually an outhouse. You might wanna wait.
This used to be, apartments.
See, when you're 80,
You got to say what
you gotta stay on the course,
Yeah.
on the course of what you say.
I know what I was
I've been breathing just since I know what you're talking about.
When I got over to Garfield,
Oh, you got a year to go.
this kid, I find kids staring at me, you know, and I couldn't figure out what are they looking at, you know, and they would gather around when I would eat lunch. This one fellow would carry my tray for me and put it down, and, you know, we just thought that everybody just got along. Finally, this one kid got enough nerve. He said, "We're just trying to find out, how did you get in here?" So I thought he meant which door. Yeah, I didn't think anybody was that ignorant, you know, and so I was
A lot of
trying to,
ignorance.
I was trying to explain to him, see, the bus dropped us. And he looked at me, he said, no, we mean, how did you get in here? And do you know, I was grown before I figured out.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, how would somebody be so ignorant? Yeah.
That's just weird to even say something like that. And then, of course, Randy was before that, and he was on the bowling league.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys became police officers. They would still come by the house and go to Daddy. How's Randy doing?
Yeah.
We miss him. How's Randy doing?
Yeah, I
Oh, me too. I was like, oh, the moment.
Yeah, I think
Here.
Well, unfortunately, former members here were prejudiced.
Yeah, and that's so sad. That's so sad. And really, when you look at it, Satan hates everybody, so he doesn't want you to get along. You know, that's it. If you just pay attention, that's all it is. Because if you have what you have, and I'm not trying to steal it, what difference does it make?
Well, I live right across from Garfield Park, and let me tell you, I went out there this morning to walk my dog, and boy, the people that were going, I couldn't believe how many people walk in that park in the morning.
Is that right? You know, I'm sorry, but they had kept us from using the swimming pool for years, saying it was private, and it was not.
No, they wouldn't let you in this pool?
No, not this one, not the new one.
Garfield Park.
No, there was one pool up at Garfield Park in the actual park.
You didn't know that? But as soon as you came up that hill, it was.
I know it was the swimming pool there years ago, and we couldn't go there.
Yeah, but it was not private.
It was public.
It was a public.
But we,
But I
But I mean, if he lived in Garfield Heights, you could use the pool.
Not
They
you.
did- Yeah.
Not you. Not you.
Now, do anybody remember, Sakowicz?
Yes, name sounds familiar.
He was he,
Who's mayor?
the mayor of Garfield.
Signs under it.
I used to work at, it used to be a little restaurant. What was the name of it?
That might have
Down
been
on
it.
Broadway, before it turned into the chicken thing.
I remember Kenny King.
That's what he
On that side where
We have that sign,
Right.
that big sign down.
Well, I worked there, I don't think it was Kenny King, whatever it was.
Yes,
But
yes.
they would come in there after the council meeting and eat and everything. He was the cheapest tipper ever.
I'm not saying everything's ruined.
And then I even met one of, my classmates' mother, she come in there one time, and she said, I know you.
Yeah, granted, I'm
She
older.
said, your name is George. And I said, yeah. And she said, you know, my daughter,
It's just like
Margaret,
times, we just
I
still
can't
need
even
to-
think of her name, last name. And I said, yeah, 'cause
Come a long way.
she's my girl from Sweden.
Yeah, I
her
think
blonde hair, she wore these long braids and everything. And she said, I'll never forget.
It was the same with all
you
of
were
us.
so,
It didn't bother me at the
Margaret
time,
was
because you're
such
not
close
thinking of
friends.
it. Until you get
You know.
older.
But I
You
think
go to the military, I start thinking about a lot of things like I never experienced.
I was young.
But I did ask somebody once, I said, well, we never had any black teachers, because of course my cousins had all black teachers. And they said, nobody, black ever applied out
No,
here.
that's not
And I
true.
said,
But it's good
seriously?
people too apply just to see.
Yeah.
They did.
Where?
I know,
From kindergarten all the way to
when my,
black
grandchildren started going to school in, Garfield, and we had, they had one science teacher there. My, grandson had a science teacher there. And I said, you about the first black teacher I've seen over here. I said, where's the rest of
Are you sure that was
And he
Mr.
said-
Range coming in?
Oh, no, this wasn't Mr. Range. This was this was a science teacher. I don't
He
know
was
what.
junior high.
This
Yes,
was
what,
junior.
I see.
I don't know, I can't remember his
Mr.
name.
Range taught shop class, didn't he?
Because one of our members, David Nemec, had him when he started to teach in Boston.
Right.
He was
But there was
over
a
junior
female
high.
that came there a
Yeah,
while,
one, no,
Big round.
it was one female in the junior high.
Yeah.
Really? That's what I knew.
That's where my grandchildren was
Yeah,
from. See, these
okay.
are grandchildren, not my
Yeah.
children.
Oh, yeah.
So that would have been maybe Rhonda's black group?
No, that was younger.
That would be probably Michael's group.
Individually, he
Oh,
Micah.
Cause these grandchildren, they only in their 20s.
2012.
It was more
Oh,
policy
okay.
than anything.
Oh,
Not
that's
as bad as
when one of my
you guys
grandchildren graduated.
Oh, really?
2012.
My
Just
nephew
shoot off
Ryan
like that.
Outler and my son
I
Michael
talked to
Coleman
him.
graduated together that year.
I know, I remember you guys used to.
Okay, well, thank you all again so very much.
Oh,
It's
And
been
ladies,
wonderful.
just
Yeah.
wanted you to know, Rhonda wants to take a picture of us in front of what's left of Roosevelt School.
Okay.
Okay.
Before it goes.
Well, we'll follow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
We will
We have
follow.
lots of
I have
memories.
your name,
Okay.
so I have your
Bernie.
names, address, I don't have addresses, I have your.
I'll send you
Name,
a.
address, bank account number.
Social security number and
You gotta,
make sure you get the pen.
Make sure you get the pen. You want me to call you and give it to you?
Or,
Don't forget,
We
do you
can
have
send
a?
it in an email with everybody.
I got a,
so that you'll have
telephone
it on
number.
one.
Okay, well then you can text her that way
We'll
too.
send it on an email, so she can have it.
Okay, my niece said we'll just do a straight email with everybody.
and you're welcome to come next Saturday.
Do you have
I'd
a yearbook?
love to introduce
I have
you.
Website on it. We have a Facebook page, so I have to put it on there.
Oh,
Go on
okay.
the website, there's a button on the front page, you click, it'll take you to our
72, 79,
Facebook page.
Okay.
Excuse me, just come over here.
Hey, Christian, you wanna come next Saturday? Not this Saturday, but next Saturday to the 10 o'clock meeting.
You got one?
Yes, he gave me one.
You got one? Oh, she's
Back there,
If you go on the front page on the website, there's a button on there, if you click on the button, it'll take you to our Facebook page. So you can post everything.
I think that's great, thank you so much. You probably have a lot of editing to do with people.
I mean, y'all been over here just
Yeah, but
going.
it's like, she was like,
I would hope that the camera would be on YouTube.
but you, no, they can see the whole thing, and you all, that was so cool.
This is the first time they've tried to do.
We have a lot of old years back around 1985, mid-'80s, some of our members interviewed a lot of people that still think it was that tape then. We didn't have all those fancy stuff. And we haven't done anything since then. So
Well, when
we
you look
decided
at
to
it,
restore
if it looks like, you know, we need to redo something, we can.
I'm not here to see how they- I'm not here to see how they
That's
came
what
out.
when I did it, thank you.
I'm not here to see how they came out, because the first time they did it, I went right back into the file with corruption.
Just like they do each other.
I've got 3 or 4 cents and it works, but
They talk just like they, haven't seen each other in a long time, and so they would talk.
And her life is like your pet. You are so funny.
I should be. I have a camera.
Territory.
I had to do it. I tried to do like
But since he's older, so now he's gonna whatever shot you want to take, like that or whatever, and a lot of people don't, a lot of
You know
people
what
don't want to be
hysterical?
around people that don't take pictures.
Yeah.
Scared
This is what's really funny, and I find wherever I am, I'm looking for that. I love when the sunlight comes through the laser curtains. I have taken pictures of that in different houses. And I love trees.
You know, even though I had,
I tried to do large
so I just told me wait 90 days to get back.
in recent years.
So that's what I did.
I'm glad to have you back in it. That is very nice.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure this will even.
Yeah.
At first. And then my batteries, the camera's old, the batteries are junk.
Because I made my grandson take it, because all of us, I said, not
Right, yeah. Like I said, you'll probably have a lot of editing with this.
And Jackie, she still can't.
Honestly, is that a Nikon?
So, but
No,
she
it's,
won't take the shot.
Panasonic.
Canon?
But since my grandson is still
Canon
can't, I
and
say, I'm
Canon.
old
Canon
money.
has really supported over the years.
Central.
That is.
Yeah, Panasonic.
Oh, it's a Panasonic. Well, when I was growing up, I'm telling you, Nikon and the Canon. Oh, that is magnificent.
He's
Look
standing
at
now.
that. Is that
That's
adorable?
how adorable he was. That's just archetypical Milo.
Wow.
So laid back, so friendly. I couldn't pass that up.
Wow. My sister has an
He lay on the
interesting cat.
patio on the concrete, lay on his back, and
My
go to
cat
sleep
is
and enjoy the
here.
sun.
The other day, I went to visit my sister. I put my backpack on the floor. Her cat goes, lays on the backpack, and then starts, my keys were attached. Look how I've got her cat. Well, that's hysterical. Isn't he for any bit?
Did he win?
And every time, this cat can be anywhere. Let me pull out them cards and start, try to break. Here she comes, she's jealous. And so she lays on him, she steps on him, she has to get all, all up in my lap. She's a mess.
That's
And she
beautiful.
keeps up.
That's beautiful. But look at the snow in the background. That is beautiful. Look at this guy.
That's typical fantasy. You may approach the throne.
I'll be done.
Look at that.
Knock the thing off and sit up in and
That is gorgeous.
It's just about as laid back and friendly.
How much does yours weigh?
What's that?
How much is yours?
He was about 13, 14 pounds. Something like that. I had to have put down a couple of years ago. He got somewhere in his chest.
Oh, our
But he was
sister.
just so lovely.
The church, and then there's a big school behind it that was all.
I know, I remember seeing that.
So they.
Hey, but his vet just absolutely loved it. We take him in, they go, oh, he's so sweet. Yeah, a lot of them would fight you and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Trim a cat's nails, chin me, and challenge him. I don't, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
I can't figure that out though, because our cat would not let us
You
touch the
would do a
nails,
cat
but like
and
you said,
one
he takes the
dog.
vet and he goes, and we were like,
She
where?
got, special place